Dear children, let's start our basic science class. Do you have a home garden in your home? Today we are discussing about the home gardens. I mean the vegetable garden for your kitchen. That is vegetable cultivating for your kitchen. Which are the vegetables cultivated in your home? There may be legume, lady's finger, there may be bitter gourd, brinjal, ash gourd, pumpkin, cucurbita, ivy gourd, and amaranthus. Maybe more than this list you can be in your home. Am I right? It's the right time for making a vegetable garden for your kitchen. Some of them may be started already, isn't it? You have enough time to spend for it. So everybody try to make a vegetable garden for your own. Which are the vegetables that can be included? Like this pea, ash gourd, pumpkin, cucurbita, lady's finger. These lists can be used for it. Am I right? How we cultivate pea plants or legume plants? Firstly, by adding water to the seeds, allow them to sprout. After the sprouting or germination, plant the seedlings in the soil. After 2 to 3 days, leaves emerged. Firstly 2, then 4, then 6, and so on. At this time, we should give a long stick for support, otherwise the plant can grow properly. These plants are weak-stemmed, isn't it? We should provide a support for climbing up. These plants needs a support to climb up. These type of plants are called climbers or climbing plants. These climbers possess certain special structures. Look at the picture. You can observe a spring-like structure in the plant, isn't it? What is the use of this part for the plant? You see, these spring-like parts are attached to other supporting plants or supporting sticks. Okay, these special structures help the plant to attach on the supports. Okay, these special structures are called tendrils. These spring-like special structures are called tendrils. Tendrils may be formed by the modification of leaves or stem. Now look at the next picture. It's a pepper plant. It also needs support to grow. But do you see tendrils in it? No. Then how it is attached to the other plants? Can you identify from the picture? Yes, they have a root for this purpose. These roots are called clinging roots. These type of weak-stemmed plants that climb on other plants are called climbers. Climbers depend for only support, isn't it? And you studied in the 4th standard about the adaptations. Do you remember? What are the adaptations of climbing plants? They have tendrils, they have clinging roots, and also they are weak-stemmed plants, isn't it? Let's go to our activity number 1. Activity number 1, make short note on climbers by including adaptations and give examples. Okay, this is the first activity. Now look at the next picture. What is it? Do you see this plant? Do you taste it? What's its taste? Yes, it's sweet. It's a sweet potato. How it is grown? It's not a climbing plant, isn't it? It creeps on the ground. There is no tendrils. Do you see tendrils or clinging roots in it? No, there is no tendrils and no clinging roots. But do you observe the picture? It creeps along the ground and makes roots wherever it touches the ground. So it doesn't need tendrils or clinging roots. These plants also have weak stem. So these weak-stemmed plants that are creeping along the ground is called creepers. So this is our next activity. Activity number 2. Write short note on creepers with examples. Sweet potato is one of the example for creeping plants. There are other examples too. Teacher shows you more examples. Look at the picture. It's a hydrocotyle, otherwise called centella. In Malayalam, it is termed as kodangal. It's a medicinal plant. Hydrocotyle or centella. It is a medicinal plant. Okay. The next one is oxalis. Did you see this beautiful plant? In Malayalam, it is termed as puliyarila. Puliyarila. The structure of its leaves gives that name to it. Okay, this is our oxalis. And the next one is, you are familiar, that is strawberry. You heard about the strawberry ice creams, strawberry cakes, isn't it? This is that plant, strawberry plant. It is also a creeper which creeps along the ground. Okay, so you studied about the climbers and creepers. So our next activity, activity number 3, is to classify the given plants into climbers or creepers. Okay, the given plants are ash gourd, snake gourd, sweet potato, snake gourd and sweet potato. Okay, hydrocotyle, pumpkin, watermelon, oxalis. Okay, you have to classify these plants into climbers or creepers. For the next science class, you should try an experiment. It's a simple experiment. Take a piece of bread and water it by sprinkling with your hand. Keep it as such for the next science class. You should not touch it, okay? Care should be taken if there is little children. Okay. Ask the help of your parents. Take down the observations in your science book every day. Okay. That is the bread experiment. Add water to a piece of bread or bun and keep it as such for 2 to 3 days. Then observe the change. Okay. Now let it be our first activity. That is activity number 1. Prepare an observation note for the experiment with moist bread and draw the picture of it. Okay. This is the first activity. Prepare an observation note for the experiment with moist bread and draw the picture of it. Okay. Now what's your observations regarding this experiment? The bread became spoiled due to the growth of an organism. This organism is fungus. Do you observe fungus in pickles and other food items? It's also a living organism. There are other organisms in addition to plants and animals. These are another type of organisms called fungus. In plural, it is called fungi or fungi. Okay. Mushrooms also belong to this group, that is fungus group. They are devoid of chlorophyll. That is, they cannot prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Then how they find their food? Where did they grow? Not just in soil, they also grow in wood pieces found in grounds, isn't it? These organisms absorb food from the decomposed or decayed materials. Such organisms are called saprophytes. That is saprophytes. Okay. These organisms that can absorb nutrients from the decomposed matter is called saprophytes. Fungus, including mushrooms, are examples for saprophytes. Do you heard about mushroom culture? Collect details from your neighborhood. Is there any persons or farmers in this field, that is mushroom culture? There are some plants that are also follows saprophytic type of living. Examples are Neotia and Monotropa. So let's have our second activity, that is activity number 2. Write a short note on mushroom culture. And the second one, observe your surroundings to find out mushrooms and write where it grows. Okay, so the activity number 2 is to write a short note on mushroom culture. And the second one is observe your surroundings to find out mushrooms and write where it grows. Okay. Now, next is, which is the most important part found in plant body? You may say that it is leaves. Someone say that it is flowers. Some of you say that it is stem. Which is the most important part found in plant body? But my answer is root. Without root, a plant cannot survive, isn't it? By the root only it can grow and flourish. Am I right? What is the use of roots to plants? Roots absorbs water for photosynthesis, isn't it? We studied that roots absorb water for the process of photosynthesis. And it supports the plant body and helps to stand erect, isn't it? These are certain roots, there are certain roots which is not found only underground. Observe the picture of a banyan tree. It have roots which is found above the soil. It grows downwards from the aerial branches of the tree. These roots are called prop roots. It helps to support the plant body. Example for prop roots are roots found in banyan tree. There are other type of roots which is emerged from the main stem to support the plant. These roots are called stilt roots. Example for stilt roots are roots found in screw pine. The plant screw pine, did you see this? The main difference between the prop roots and stilt roots is prop roots are emerged from aerial branches, whereas stilt roots are grows from the main stem to support the main stem. Okay. Now there is an amazing thing found in roots. That are the presence of pneumatophores which is found in mangrove plants. Mangrove plants in Malayalam they are called Kandal Chedigal. Did you heard that? Mangroves? These specialized roots are found in mangrove plants. They are called pneumatophores. What is the peculiarity of these roots? These specialized roots are found in mangrove plants can be help the plant in the gaseous exchange. That is, they are also known as respiratory roots. These specialized roots found in mangrove plants are grows in marshy areas. That is chaduppu nilangal. This root grows in places where devoid of oxygen. There is no oxygen to respire the roots. So these roots grows upwards and absorbs oxygen. Thus these roots helps the gaseous exchange. Which are the places where mangroves are grown in our district? Did you know? There are 3 places in Kollam district where mangroves naturally grows. First one is Munro Islands, Munro Turuthu. And the second one is Adventure Park at Kollam, Ashramam. And the third one is Ayiram Thengu. These are the 3 places where mangroves naturally grows in Kollam district. After lockdown period, try to visit these places and watch these plants in first-hand experience. Okay. What are the significance or importance of mangroves? The roots of mangroves forms natural barrier against soil erosion, sea turbulence and floods. The roots traps the sediments through the river and make a good place to live for the water organisms. Organisms like fishes and all the other water organisms likes to live in this roots, in between the roots of mangrove plants. That is why there are so many organizations and persons engaged in the conserving activities of mangroves. These are the pictures, that is conserving the activities of mangroves, conserving activities of mangroves. Do you heard about Kallen Pokkudan? He is a well-known person and an environmental activist. His efforts on conserving mangrove forest are well known. So collect more details about him. Whenever you get a chance to indulge in such activities, participate with pleasure, and it is our duty to conserve the nature and conserve the mangroves especially, isn't it? So this is all about prop roots, stilt roots and the specialized roots of mangroves called nematophores. Okay, we have already discussed about storage roots with underground stem. Do you remember it? So the roots are used for storage of food. We have already discussed about various types of plants in this chapter itself. Let's recollect it. Plants which are used as spices, medicines, as ornamental plants, for the use of timber, as vegetables, fruits, seeds, edible seeds and edible fruits. Among the vegetables, some of them are climbers, some others are creepers. Some plants are epiphytes, whereas others are parasites. Among the parasites, some of them are partial parasites, some others are total parasites. Certain plants that have storage roots, some others possess underground stem. Some plants have prop roots, certain others have stilt roots. Some plants including total parasites and saprophytes cannot carry out photosynthesis. So these indicates the diversity among the living organisms. Each and every organism is unique and there are diverse organisms can be seen. It is the beauty of the nature. This diversity among living organisms are called biodiversity. We should conserve this diversity, isn't it? So now let's do a project. The project is, what are the importance of conserving plants? This is the question or the topic for the project. That is, what are the importance of conserving plants? So now our chapter is over. Make a neat project and you should submit it at the day of reopening of the school. Okay.